Comfort feels safe. It feels familiar. It feels easy. But comfort is like slow poison that kills your potential. It's what keeps you from waking up early to train. It's what makes you procrastinate on like the conversation that you know you need to have with someone. It's like that whisper in your mind. It's like, you deserve rest. You've done enough. When like deep down, you know that you're avoiding what would actually move your life forward. What's going on, you guys? Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Macro Hour. On this podcast, we talk about mindset, methodologies, and tactics that will help you lose body fat, build muscle, be strong, and feel insanely confident. I am your host, Nikkiey Stott, and welcome to today's episode number 305. And today's episode was inspired by Dr. Gabrielle Lyons. You guys know that I love her. She's so good. The other day, she posted a reel about comfort and discomfort. And so I really want to expand on that message that she delivered in that reel in this episode with you guys, because as cliche as it sounds, like you grow from being uncomfortable. And I want to talk about that. So first I want to talk about, she'd mentioned like addictions, one being like sugar cravings, Netflix binges, even something that I would consider binges like phone scrolling before bed. But what she's alluding to and what I want to talk about is like there's one addiction that doesn't get talked about enough. It's a subtle one. It's a quiet one. It's the one that doesn't come with any guilt right away, right? And that's comfort. Comfort feels safe. It feels familiar. It feels easy. But to say this like honestly but nicely, it's like comfort is like slow poison that kills your potential. The one that like, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll start on Monday, or I'll get it done when like life gets less busy. Like that kind of mentality, that kind of, way about moving through life. It's what keeps you from waking up early to train. It's what makes you procrastinate on like the conversation that you think that you need to have with someone, or that you need to have with someone. It's like that whisper in your mind. It's like, you deserve rest. You've done enough. When like deep down, you know that you're avoiding what would actually move your life forward. And I say this like, I don't want this podcast to feel like I'm like shaming you guys. I'm the one that think you guys are, you deserve rest and you're not doing enough. Like, I don't want it to come off of that message. I wanted just to change the perspective on like, that if you feel like, you deserve rest, think about it and look at your day, look at your week. Have you done truly things that are moving the needle towards the potential that you have, moving your life forward, moving your health forward, right? Because this is the thing, like the truth is like comfort isn't harmless. It's seductive. Like it's like stealing like your edge, it's stealing your hunger, it's stealing your growth. Because like, let's be real, like look at it like this, like comfort doesn't look like an addiction. Like when I say this out loud, even as I'm speaking to you guys and going on a rant about this, opening up this episode, it's like comfort isn't, you don't look at someone and be like, oh, that person has a comfort addiction. It doesn't make headlines. It's not labeled as like something quote unquote like toxic, like alcohol is or something like that. But it's like quietly numbing millions of people every single day, I feel like. Especially when you look at statistics of where America is when it comes to our health factors. Comfort is it's keeping you checking your phone instead of like checking in on your habits on a daily basis. Think about that. Like how many times do you guys check your phone and pick up your phone? That number is in your phone if you really want to know it. If you go into your screen time, you can tell how many times you've picked up your phone. Which should be alarming to some of you guys, because think about that number and then think about how many times you check in on like your habits on a daily basis. Are you eating enough? Are you drinking enough water? Have you gotten enough rest? Have you worked out? Like comfort is what's keeping you on a weekly basis, ordering the same food every week because it's easy. Not because it fuels you, because it's easy, especially with nowadays how easy something is to order food, to open up an app and just click on the restaurant that you want. It's going to be at your doorstep. You don't even have to move. And it's like, going back to what I said a couple minutes ago, it's like that voice that says, oh yeah, you've done enough. You deserve rest. When deep down, like, yes, you've had a hard day, but I think about the moms that are inside of WarriorBabe that have, there's a mom that has 2 sets of twins. There's mom that have multiple kids, and they're running the household and they have a career, but they're still showing up for themselves and getting their workouts done and choosing to eat better. It's like some of you guys that said that, oh, I'm just exhausted and I've done enough. What more can I do? It's like deep down, like you barely even scratch the surface of your potential. Because think about it, where are you right now in relation to the goals that you want to accomplish? Have you truly done enough that's moving the needle forward? Like deep down, you know that answer. And this is the thing, like comfort comes in, it gives you like this illusion of peace, right? Like it's really just being dressed up as rest. And what's dangerous about this, like, is that it doesn't destroy you overnight. It does it very, 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 very slowly. Like it takes away your ambition little by little. It steals your discipline without you even noticing until you wake up one day and you wonder like, why, when did I stop trying? That's what comfort does. Like it convinces you that fine is enough when you were made for so much more than fine. Like for those of you guys that think that you've done enough with trying every program after another, it's like, but have you gotten to where you need to be? Is that really trying enough? Like you haven't gotten the answers. You're falling and slipping back into the same things that you've done time and time and time again. That should drive you to be uncomfortable, to try something that maybe you haven't tried before, right? That's the message I'm getting at. It's like you maybe are convinced by, fine, like this is me just getting older and this is what I need to accept. But then you're just allowing the comfort to really take over. And maybe in 10 years, you're going to look back and be like, dang, when did I stop trying? Because you got the message of, oh, well, I've done enough, I've tried enough, I need to rest. When really this is, a lot of people are just getting comfortable as they continue to age and they aren't trying things that make them uncomfortable. Because I want to talk about the cost of this, the cost of comfort. This is what happens. Every time you choose comfort, you're making like some type of trade. You're trading progress for temporary peace. You're trading growth for familiarity. You've done the same thing over and over and over again, so it's familiar for you. The growth is outside of the familiarity. It's by some of you guys are afraid to try macronutrients because it looks like it requires time. It requires you be uncomfortable because it's a methodology maybe you have never heard of before. And maybe you've seen some people talk about it before and how out of the gate it's going to be hard and you don't want to do hard. That's where this message is going towards. Like people don't want to do hard anymore. They just want to do what's comfortable. You're trading the life that you want for the life that you already know. And if you're in this life that you already know and you aren't where you want to be, you have to almost like die to yourself in this life that you're living right now to create the life that you want to. And that's going to cause you to be uncomfortable. And this is the scariest part. It feels so small in the moment, right? Like you tell yourself like, oh, well, this is just something that I'm familiar with. Or you go back to programs that you've done before because it's given you success like 10 years ago. Or you tell yourself, I'm going to just skip this one workout. Or I'm going to start on Monday. Or, I'm going to have that conversation. I'm going to speak up next time. Or I'm going to get started after the holidays. And like these micro moments, like this is what I mean. Like it's so small in the moment. But this is the thing, think about it, like these micro moments of you choosing that comfort, those build up over time. It's like they have their own compound effect. And they start to create this identity, one that's like safe, but stagnant. And the truth is, the longer that you stay uncomfortable, the more resistance that you're going to feel toward anything that challenges you. Let me just say that one more time. And let it sink in, because if you're somewhere in a life that you know and you're eating healthy, quote unquote, but you're not eating enough, and you hear that you have to eat more food, you have to get more protein in, you got to track your macros, you're going to resist that because it's going to challenge you because you stayed comfortable for so long. And you'll start avoiding not just the pain of changing, but like you'll start avoiding the potential of changing because you're comfortable and you're being met with resistance on starting something new. And as soon as the resistance happens, it makes you uncomfortable and you don't want to be uncomfortable. Comfort doesn't like feel dangerous until it's taken years away from you. Like I'm saying, like right now, for some of you guys, if you look back maybe 5, 8, 2 years, it's until you look back and realize that you built a life around avoiding pain, avoiding challenging yourself instead of building, the strength and the potential that you know that you can. Deep down, it's inside of you, but there's layers of resistance because of the comfort that you've sought over the years. And to be honest, my friends, like I say this out of all love because I want to challenge you guys to think differently. I want to challenge you guys to be uncomfortable. When you live like that, you don't feel alive anymore. You just feel comfortable. If comfort is what weakens you, then discomfort is what makes you powerful, right? There's always an opposite. So I want you to think about it like this, like the moms that have taken their health into the priority for themselves had to overcome a lot of resistance and conversations with their husband and changing their schedules around and having conversations with their loved ones and being like, hey, I'm making this a priority for myself. That's the discomfort. And that's the discomfort in where you grow. It's where you truly meet this higher version of yourself, the version of you that doesn't quit when it gets hard. Because I'm sure in those conversations and those changing of schedules and telling your husband that you want to do something because for yourself, you don't quit when it gets hard. Those conversations are going to be hard, but you're meeting your higher self in those conversations, in that discomfort. Like think about it, like every single thing that's ever changed your life started with discomfort. A new job starts with discomfort. Even as starting a new program, even as this same type of program that you've done over and over and over again, there's some discomfort. You have to move around the schedule to make time for your workout. You have to choose in the moment to say no to certain foods. The first time you went to the gym, that wasn't comfortable, was it? The first time that you said no to something that wasn't serving you, that wasn't comfortable, was it? Every single thing that's ever changed your life started with discomfort. The first time you decided to eat enough for your goals instead of your emotions, think about it like that. Like the women that are eating 1,200 calories, they're on the impression of feelings that that's going to get them to lose the weight because it's what they believe for so long. But the first time you decided, oh man, I heard that I needed to eat more food. That's uncomfortable, right? But I need to eat more food for my goals. So I'm going to do that. But that started with discomfort. But did it change your life? I know it's changed lives for thousands of women inside of WarriorBabe. You're meeting your higher self. And those moments feel uncomfortable, right? Your body resisted. Your mind screamed, why are you doing this? But you did it anyway. And guess what? Even if you are stuck in this comfort of maybe a different season of your life, you're probably experiencing that in some fashion, in a bucket of your life. Your body's resisting, your mind's screaming, why are you doing this? But once you do it anyway, dude, you get so much stronger. And for anyone that's listening, that's a WarriorBabe, and they felt uncomfortable in any of those examples that I just mentioned, your body resisted, your mind screamed, why are we doing this? But you did it anyway, and you got stronger, right? Discomfort is where the growth is. It's the resistance that builds the muscle, but it builds it mentally, it builds it physically, it builds it emotionally, it builds it spiritually. You can't build strength in ease. I mean, think about it. Like even just working out your body in the gym, like you build that under tension. You build it in the moments where your body says, dude, like think about the last 2 reps of a set when you're trying to push for that metabolic stress so that the muscle can really break down so that, you can start breaking it down so afterwards you can build it up. But think about in those moments where your body says stop, but your mind's like, dude, keep going. Ladies, are you feeling frustrated with body changes you're experiencing during menopause? It's time to take control. If you're between 45 and 65 years old and tired of struggling with body fat and muscle loss, WarriorBabe is here for you. At WarriorBabe, we've helped over 18,000 women just like you lose body fat, build toned muscle, and understand their bodies better with personalized plans based on hormone and thyroid testing and more. Imagine knowing exactly what your body needs to see real results and results that last. Look, don't wait anymore. Take charge of your health and join our community of strong, empowered women. Visit WarriorBabe.com/apply today to start your transformation. That's WarriorBabe.com/apply. All right, let's get back to the show. And when people ask me, like, how did I get stronger? My answer is so simple. And it's like I said earlier, opening up this podcast, it's like I learned to get comfortable by being extremely uncomfortable. Put myself in situations where I had to have uncomfortable conversations with family and loved ones and friends that didn't get what I was doing on my journey, but I knew it. That you're the only person that knows the goals that you want to accomplish. It's the only thing that makes sense in your own mind. And you got to like safeguard that, because those visions, your intuition, that feeling is only something that you get and understand. So by going about your day to day, when people don't get what you're doing, you're going to be uncomfortable, and that's good. And so I want to encourage you guys. Like I've talked to so many women that there was a point in their life where like they thought they were pushing themselves, but they weren't. They were coasting. They were calling it balance. Because that was a big thing a couple of years ago. I'm balancing it all. But at a point, it's like you're afraid to go that one step further because you're afraid of maybe failing. You're afraid of maybe losing, friends or loved ones that don't get what you're doing, or you're trying to just stay safe. And what I got to say is like, you're not stretching yourself to the next level to where you can be. And so maybe you're in a season of something like this is resonating you and you're craving that next challenge. You're missing that fire. You got to intentionally start seeking discomfort again. Waking up earlier, getting back into maybe you've been too nice or you've been too lenient in conversations, and like now you need to just stand up boldly for yourself. And just like when I say that, it's like you emotionally intelligent when you're in conversations with people, because there's a way to have conversations with people and there's a way to have conversations with people. If you're sticking up for yourself and you're speaking about how you want to accomplish things and how you feel about things, the reactions of which you get from others shouldn't matter so much when it's something that means so much to you. Because the reactions are, think about it and remember this, the reactions are only coming from that individual's world and their own insecurities. And they see you doing something and they wish they could do that too. So I just want you to remember that. There's reasons why your brain fights discomfort. There's a reason why this is so hard, because your brain is so designed to protect you, to not push you. Like the primary goal in anything with humans is to be safe and to feel safety. So the second that you do something that's uncomfortable, your brain's going to fire back and it's going to alarm you and just be like, stop, why are we doing this? This feels dangerous, retreat, pull back. But it's not danger, that's growth. Like think about like if there's anything that you can leave this podcast with, it's like start rewriting the narrative in your mind. When you feel that resistance, you're like, cool, sweet, I'm growing. And because when your body feels that danger and doesn't recognize it as growth, it's just your nervous system not being used to it yet. But every time you push through discomfort, whether it's like you're finishing your last rep in the gym, ladies, like those of you guys who are going through the motions and just showing up to lift, you should be really struggling in that last 2 reps. Okay. Every time you push that discomfort, every time you push the discomfort of saying no to certain, of saying no to comfort food or to binging or scrolling on your phone, confronting your own excuses, like you're teaching your brain a new pattern every single time you do that. So if there's anything in like that real Dr. Gabriel Lyons are saying too, is like, if there's anything in the day that you're so used to doing because you're on autopilot, what can you do? For example, she was mentioning drinking coffee first thing in the morning. Don't. And same thing what I'm saying is like, finish that last rep, going through discomfort. Like you're teaching your brain a new pattern by getting off the autopilot of what's comfortable and choosing something different. You're showing yourself, you're showing your brain that you can handle this. And that's how you build resilience. That's how you rewire yourself for strength. Like you don't need life to get easier. You personally need to get stronger, because life's going to get harder. But the hard moments that you experience won't feel so hard when you're really strong and you're used to being uncomfortable. That's the only way that, you get stronger. The only way that happens is through discomfort. So you guys know that I'm big on the word awareness. I don't know how many times I've said that, and even have a guest coming in on Monday that highlights the word awareness. There's a few things that you might be addicted to with comfort, even if you look like you have it all together. So those of you that say like, bring awareness to those that say, I'm going to start over on Monday, more often than you take action today. Or you chase convenience instead of consistency, where you choose what feels good now over what builds your future. So I'll tell you guys, and you guys know how I am with thinking about the person that you want to become, that future self is going to go through so much discomfort. So whatever feels good now by saying yes to the comfort food or skipping a workout, if you choose the opposite of that, you're building your future self in the moment now. Or, bringing awareness to how you avoid feedback because it challenges your ego, or you avoid risk, even the kind that like could absolutely 100% change your life. And if any of those hit home, that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means that you're becoming more aware. It makes you more aware. It should make you more aware. And awareness is the first step toward breaking any type of pattern, because you can't fight what you can't see. But once you can see it, you can like If you can lower your ego and lower your pride, you can take your power back by bringing the awareness to the patterns that have been keeping you comfortable for so long. So, and this is all, guys, this is truly building a muscle. Like, you're not going to be able to do all of this stuff overnight. You're not going to be able to do this in the next, month. Maybe you will. Maybe some of you will. Like, some of you guys can take this advice and turn around and go implement it the next day. Those are the best learners, the best students. But maybe there's some things like over the course you can choose. Well, I have 5 things that you guys can go and try and implement for yourself so that you can start building this muscle and you can start to thrive under challenge. Maybe you just take one of them, you start implementing them in the next 30 days or 3 months, because it takes time. A compound effect. You've been a compound affecting comfort. Now you need a compound effect being uncomfortable, discomfort. So the first thing would be like even trying something hard every day, but even if it's small, like saying no to your coffee, or the extreme would be taking a cold shower, or not hitting the snooze button, getting up when the alarm goes off, or saying no when you want to please people. I want you to hit deep. That's something hard. It's not easy to do. Trust me. I get it. So that's one thing. Try something hard every day. That should be something that you just start doing every day, even if it's small. Another thing could be you reframe the feeling. Discomfort doesn't mean that like you're failing. It means like, dude, I'm expanding. I'm growing. That resistance that you feel is your old self dying off. Like I said earlier, it's like you have to die to your old self so that you can level up and emerge. And that's not going to happen without you feeling uncomfortable. Third thing you can do, this is something that I've been training myself to do over the last year, is train your emotional endurance. We are women and we will act on our emotions in the first reaction. But when life gets heavy, do not run from it. Sit in it, feel it, learn from it. Every time that you do that, you're raising your threshold for what you can handle. So every time you feel an emotion, don't run away from it. Sit with it, feel it, embrace it, learn from it, and then allow a second reaction to come from you. Like, I would only focus on do something hard every single day. But for those of you guys that are jotting these down, the 4th thing that I would say is be intentional with your comfort. Like, rest is good. Yeah. Don't get me wrong when I say that, if you're saying you need to rest and you didn't do enough, like that's not good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying rest is good, but you need to earn it. And you rest after your effort, not instead of it. Like, if you know deep down you could have done more to show up for yourself, then you know that rest isn't earned. Comfort should be a reward, not a lifestyle. So you rest after your effort. And then this one I think is so important for any bucket or any area of your life where you're trying to level up, is to surround yourself with people who can challenge you. Because if everyone around you is keeping you comfortable, you are never going to grow. So get into WarriorBabe, get into programs, get into rooms that are going to stretch you, even if they intimidate you. Let me tell you this, if you feel intimidated before you step into something new, that is a great indicator that you are growing, and you need to lean into that. So if they imitate you, lean into it. If you are nervous, scared, don't run from that emotion. Sit with it, feel it, learn from it, and then lean into it. All right. So just to close off this episode, let me rename those 4 or 5 things again really quick. So the first one was do something hard every day. The second thing is reframe the feeling of discomfort. So instead of like, I'm failing, think about it how you're expanding. The third thing is to train your emotional endurance. So sit with the emotions that you're having. And then every time that you do, don't run away from it. Every time you sit with it and learn from it, then you're raising what you can handle. The fourth thing is being intentional with your comfort, right? Like, comfort should be a reward, not a lifestyle. So you need to rest after the effort, not instead of it. And then surround yourself with things, surround yourself with people who are going to challenge you. All right. Because the most dangerous thing, like, in summary of this podcast, isn't, it's not sugar. While they have, it's dangerous and some affects your health, the most dangerous addiction isn't that. It's not alcohol. It's not Netflix. While they all are, yes, bad, it's truly discomfort, because comfort makes you forget what you're capable of. Like, it keeps you small. It tells you that safety is better than strength, and that ease is better than you being excellent. Everything of what your potential is possible for you. And deep down, like deep down, if you can bring awareness, you can lower your pride and your ego, you know that that's not why you're here. You're not here to be comfortable. You're not here to live numb. You're not here to, be asleep. You're meant to be, to live, to be awake, to, and to live your life and to continue to expand, to evolve. And that requires you to be uncomfortable, because being uncomfortable sharpens you. It makes you resilient, makes you confident, makes you unstoppable. So don't run from that hard. Run toward the hard. Seek all of the small discomforts, because that's where your greatness is forged. All right, my friends. I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Share it with somebody that needs to hear this too as well. Maybe there's a coworker that you're friends with, or a loved one, an aunt, a cousin, a best friend. Pass this off to them and hold them accountable. Hold you guys accountable in the season of life that you may be growing in, and feel uncomfortable and feel like you need to break through the comfortness and get into this being uncomfortable, and you guys can be uncomfortable together. Okay. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out. Hey, really quick, before you go, I have one small favor to ask. If this episode brought you value or sparked something in you, take just a moment to hit that review button. Your rating and review make all of the difference, helping more women discover the tools they need to transform the fitness and their confidence. It takes less than a minute, but it can change the path of someone else's journey. Thank you so much for leaving that review. I appreciate you so much.